us are familiar with Coffee with Karan. But now the most sought after session is Coffee with Krish, a session that is totally focused on technical jargons, clarifying various aspects of engineering, technical clarifications on artificial intelligence, machine learning, cybersecurity and programming, and deep learning. What made you think of doing a session that is so appropriate and beneficial to the students, sir?
It is very easy to pick up an engineering seat today. It's very easy for a child to get a seat in engineering. But the difficult task for them is to choose what stream of education in engineering they must choose. Whether should they go for a chemical, aerospace, aeronautical, or civil, or mechanical, computer science, artificial intelligence. It's very difficult to choose for what stream should I pick up. So under these circumstances, ma'am, I felt that I should bring in those head of the departments from different schools of engineering. We have 4 schools of engineering. One Amrita School of Engineering, Chennai, Amrita School of Engineering, Coimbatore, Amrita School of Engineering, Amritapuri in Kollam in Kerala State, and Amrita School of Engineering, Bangalore. And next year we would open our 5th campus at Amravati in Andhra Pradesh. And we have close to 3,000 seats for engineering. Now that we have almost closed. So now, we have quite a few. We have got close to about 65 to 70,000 students who apply for these 3,000 seats, and we put them on to, chat. And many of them ask, "What should I do? What should I do to get a seat in computer science? What should I get a seat? What is artificial intelligence? What type of jobs will I get after I do my mechanical engineering?" So under these circumstances, it is not that easy for me to answer to all those queries from about 65,000 aspirants of, being an engineer in the future. So I felt that let me bring in those HODs and then have a chat with them on a live streaming, and educate them at this is what it is and this is what the future of a particular stream is. And the questions get calmed down. So idea was to expose those streams as to how one should pick up those streams by knowing what the streams are. Most of our children, they pick up, like, for example, they all get into engineering. Somebody is running for computer science, so everybody wants to join computer science. Next year, everybody is running for civil, so all of them will run towards civil without knowing what exactly is civil engineering, without knowing what is the content of what civil engineering is all about, what is the future of civil engineering, what is the industry in construction taking in the future, without knowing all this, because it's like, the herd of, you have seen those, what do you call those, when the sheep goes, the herd of sheep, one fellow goes in the front, the other fellows follow. So this is what is happening. So we want to just break that chain. And this year it has been more into computer science, and we thought, let's break it. So who else can I bring? So I thought I just copied it from Coffee with Karan. I put it as Coffee with Krish. Sorry, Mr. Karan, for copying it from him without his.
No, undoubtedly. It's equally at par. It's equally at par,
so that is
or even better. Even better than Coffee with
Thank you.
The program titled Let Us Hear My School, which was officially inaugurated by Mr. Srinivasan, ROCBSC, Chennai, along with Dr. Vasanthi Tyagarajan, Senior Principal and Correspondent, Shishya School. The 17 sessions conducted by eminent and experienced principals was definitely an eye-opener to many other leaders and teachers. Could you give us more details about this program? How was the idea? How did the idea strike you?
Madam, knowledge has to be shared. It's like, you're smiling at me. When you smile at me, I smile at somebody else, and the smile is contagious. It goes on to thousands and 10,000s and 1 lakh people. So each school has their own ways of handling this COVID situation, because nobody really knew what is this COVID-19. You may recall March 24th was the lockdown declared, and I'm a guy used to travel 25 days in a month and remain at home for 5 days. And I landed in Coimbatore airport on the 21st, visiting Chennai for a MOU with one of the schools, Bala Vidya Mandir at Adyar. And after signing that, and I just got out of the Coimbatore airport, somebody came with that temperature check and said, "Sir, can I check your temperature?" "Yes, please. Have you been abroad?" So I didn't know what is all this, like I heard, okay, something is happening in Wuhan, in China, and this, that, and suddenly declaring for 2 weeks, and suddenly 2 weeks to 2 months to 6 months, and we don't know where we are going to land up, ma'am. So this is what has happened. And April, May was more or less a holiday, and when things turned out to be bad, even in the month of June, there are so many strategies, so many initiatives taken by different schools. Now, each school, how do they come to know about it? You have a school, you'll do it differently. Somebody else has a school, do differently. So I wanted each of those head of the institutions, the principals, to come over and share their initiatives in the school, which would have taken them towards the success of handling classes, success of handling parents. Let's create a platform where all the principals and teachers can sit and watch. So that is where, the knowledge has to be shared, and this information has to flow like wildfire. So that is where Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham came in handy, and as you rightly said, it was inaugurated by Mr. Srinivas, who is regional, along with Dr. Vasanthi ma'am. As well, we had also
Mrs. Manila was also there, I think. She was chairperson Bangalore Sahodya.
Absolutely. She is the chairperson, quite an active, she is the principal of DPS, Delhi Public School, east of Bangalore.
Yeah.
And she was also there. So both of them, along with RO, Mr. Srinivasan, inaugurated. And it was a learning it was a mutual learning from between the school and the particular principal who used to come on that particular show. Let's hear my school. The name was given by me, man.
Most people do not listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply. Quite contrary to this is the program Amrita Listens, a platform where students have their doubts clarified. Questions regarding various campuses, programs offered, hostel facilities, fee structure, students exchange program, placement details, etc. were answered. How did you draw upon the idea to conduct such a session, sir?
Children, I'm sure if you look at the children, they're about 16, 17, or 15, 16 years, and choosing a sort of a professional course and looking beyond the professional course. And lot of doubts come in their mind. It's like maybe yours is a love marriage or a arranged marriage.
You're asking me? Mine is arranged. Mine is arranged.
See, even if after the arrangement, both of you are met and spoke to each other, and still, till the marriage, you have a lot of doubts which pops up in your mind.
Yeah.
It happened to me. It happened to you also. So till the marriage, even after the marriage also, not that. Even now, sometimes you have a lot of doubts.
We do have more and more.
Yeah, more doubts today. Yeah. So it happens. So I felt like it's instead of they asking us question, it's better that we listen to them and then keep shooting out with those answers. And especially on those fee structures, especially on each campus, what are the streams available? Right? Do you have chemical here? Do you have aerospace there? How large is the campus? What are the culturals? How is the sports and games being conducted in your campuses? What's the difference between campus from Coimbatore to Chennai to Bangalore to Amritapuri? Plenty of questions. So I felt, look, I asked them to send me questions first, right? And then come out with those questions and answer them virtually. And that's what it meant. It has done once or twice, if I'm right. And that really opened out, and a lot of clarification was brought in. I feel it was a good show as far as the admissions are concerned, because unless you clear all those doubts, people don't join.
Children will not be.
Absolutely. So that's what Amrita listens.
Do you sing, or is it your passion for music that inspired you to host the Amrita Gana Amrita?
It's not because I sing, but nobody listens. That's a problem.
Oh, okay. So it's the same.
If you're willing to hear my songs, I don't mind singing, but not now. Yes, it was actually Swamiji who, whenever I used to come for those leading those programs of ours, we found that the teachers, it is something total transformation from the usual classroom management to the virtual classroom management. It's totally different, and you don't even know whether the children are listening to you, whether they are there. No idea at all. But then the teacher keeps on teaching, because that's their profession, and have been doing a wonderful job. I know teachers who wouldn't touch laptops are now owning laptops and teaching me what laptop is all about, because I have quite a good network of my teachers. Said, hey, Krish, I can teach you what is what, Okay, very good. So, in a span of just about a month or two, the teachers have taken the guard, and they've taken the guard very, very well. But we felt that, as you don't get sleep, you have a problem of your eyes getting, those blackish. And so we found the teachers having not the blackish one, but the face was not that pleasant and pleasing because of the cumbersome type of work. When a teacher working from a home is totally different.
Absolutely.
90% of them are madams, and you only have 10-15% of men as teachers, and they have their families, maybe newborns, they have in-laws, their parents, their children. So 3 hours or
And it
4 hours
seems
a day,
stretching. And
absolutely,
it's
it's
stretching.
total stress. I don't mind taking a class for de-stressing them. And the only way I felt was I can take stress management. These are all nothing common thing across, So I felt instead of doing that, let's make. And one more thing, ma'am, like which I thought, there were so many schools, they were not in a position to pay the teachers who are into arts, music, PT,
Yeah, there
physical
was.
training. And I know quite a few of them, sir. At the moment, we don't have earning at all. Others get 50% of the salary. So I have teachers who have come to me and said, we want to get out of this. I said, okay. Then we felt that the only way to get out of this is to make them come live. And we had brought teachers with music background or music teachers of different schools. I have not studied music or singing, but it started off. I think we would have done about 12 such events every
Mhm.
Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
And every time we used to have 10, 12 singers. They register with us and we bring
Mhm.
them live. It was really a good show in the sense we used to enjoy the 2 hours of our live shows. And we had two judges who would judge them and pick up three or four best teachers, two from music, two from non-music. Oh
Okay.
wow!
You've
It
encouraged
went
the
on,
non-music.
and
Mm.
absolutely. And I had once they won, I've sent them gifts to their residences. I've sent them a lot
Okay.
of giveaways. It's a token of our love and affection for their participation into those Ghana Amrita, virtual Amrita
Fantastic.
virtual musical eve. And today we have finally reached the finale of our Amrita, I mean Gita Amritam, and that
Ganamrita.
would happen on the 7th of November. And you heard the song, no? Oh Pod, Oh Pod, Oh Pod.
Oh, yes. Of
Uh, we
course.
have uh, we have Ramani Bhardwaj, who is a music director, who will be the chief judge and the chief guest who would come and judge the final three plus three, three from music background, three without music background, and all these three plus three we'll pick them up. And I have a show which I will open out in the fag end. Will come there for receiving the awards. So it is went up very well. It is just to take their mind off those tensions and sort of stress and make them do something differently. When you do something differently, you get charged. And I
That's
felt
true.
more than about 200 teachers would have come for the show, and
Oh,
we
that's
have
fantastic.
yeah 200 total teachers would have come for the show, and we have finally 7 plus 7, 14 of them taking
14.
part for the finals. And you are also
Fantastic.
invited to be a part of our show that is
Thank
taking
you
place
so
on the
much.
7th of November.
Another initiative of yours is the Thursday Talkies. I've heard about Bombay Talkies. I'm a little curious to know about this Thursday Talkies. Anyway, it's definitely a catchy tagline. You've come up with such catchy taglines. I'm sure you must have framed
No,
this as
it is,
well.
it is, yeah, it is more into rhyming. Thursday talk is we wanted every day something to happen, and Thursday was a blank day. So we
Okay.
felt, okay, let's bring in something else. And it is something to do with, again, education. So instead of having, they may not be the principals of an institution, they could be educationalists. Like, let's hear my talk is all for the head of the institution. So there were teachers who wanting to come out and talk something in public through this virtual platform. So we thought, okay, let's invite teachers. Let's have teachers who have retired, teachers who are teaching currently, educationalists. So we picked a few of them and then had this show done on a Thursday, right?
All
So
right.
it went for some time. After that Thursday, we had OLABs coming up, so we had to cut it short. So the name came Bombay Talkies. I agree with you, but this name came because these were conducted on Thursday, and there was a gap that Thursday with no programs. So,
Okay.
and the demand came from teachers and educationalists to be part of this Amrita
The
Vishwavidyapeetham virtual platform. So that is how this name came, Thursday Talkies.
You Are the Light is one such program where AVVP has recognized, appreciated, and felicitated both the national and CBSE best teachers. What, according to you, has been the impact of the program on the viewers? I mean, I just want your opinion because I know how it's impacted the teachers and the others because I was there when you had done it for all the CBSE and national best teacher awardees. It was
No,
nice to listen to the experience, but
I want you to actually. It is not just recognizing those teachers on who are awarded the CBSE Best Teacher Award this year, as well as the National Best Teacher Award from CBSE. I think Mrs. Jyoti Arora from Delhi. So
yes,
we
yes,
had also her being recognized for that matter. Teaching is a noble profession, and each of us, whatever we are today, is because of a teacher. And I always keep saying this that the three noble professions, if you look at today, in as far as I'm concerned, maybe right or wrong, is a farmer, a soldier, and a teacher. And even if
absolutely.
it's a farmer became a farmer because of a teacher. A soldier became a soldier because of a teacher. A teacher became a teacher because of a teacher. So I would rate teacher to be on the top of the graph which I mentioned. And Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham always believes that we need to regard, we need to compliment, we need to reward, we need to recognize wherever and whenever possible. And we have been doing that. And Brahmachari Maheshwara Chaitanya ji, it was his idea last year that when he saw some national awardees in Tamil Nadu, he said, "Hey, Krish, we need to recognize them because they were all from the remote places in Tamil Nadu. We may not be able to do for the entire country because it's going to be 38, 40 organizing. So he said, why don't we do that? And I said, okay. Then it was in Karur, it was in somewhere in Erode, one was in Pondicherry, and there was one from CBSE, Maladi ma'am, who's the vice principal of Padma Shri Chowdhury. She was the last year's recipient for the best
Yeah,
CBSE.
yeah, I know Malti. Yes.
Yeah. So I took a car and went to them and said, "This is what we want to do." And the happiness that went on to their faces when we said from Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, we want to recognize you. We have kept a separate day for you at Amrita School of Engineering, Chennai. Right? You're welcome there. And I think again there also it was Mr. Srinivasan who came in and rewarded them for their achieving the Best Teacher National Award. So it started off with Brahmachari Maheshwara Chaitanya's brain, and then I took off, and it happened last year.